Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines here. The SEC, Hinman lies, the emails. We've got them, but what's in them? We're going to talk about that. We've got the Fed. We've got CZ Binance. You're going to want what he's got. And we're also going to talk about the new Ripple headquarters and the California executive order. Oh, yeah. And take a look at recent XRP price action and where did it come from? Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen, everything that we're talking about here today. And give us a follow on TikTok now at Digital Perspectives, no spaces, and it's growing quickly on there. We have fantastic highlight reels. Shout out to the social media manager for helping out with that. Fantastic highlight reels and highlight clips. Really great stuff. Make sure you go check it out on TikTok. Look right here. We have $1.893 trillion market cap. It is May 5th, everyone, 2022. Good morning. Bitcoin, 39,500. Ethereum, 2,900 plus. And at the number 7 spot, slipping just one position here, 63 cent XRP, which is up 3% on the 24-hour. Now, I know, careful what we call progress, but we're going to get into what may have moved the needle. And I think we might know. 61 cents on the bottom and 66 cents on the top. Let's get into the news. First, we have this morning from Nick Burafado right here. Link 2's limited $1,000 XRP drop is today. Due to a limited supply of Ripple promotion, today will be restricted to only the first 150 investments. So don't mess around or you're going to get your hand shut in the door. Right? Expect the supply to be loaded on our platform soon. When it's gone, it's gone. Make sure you don't mess around. Link underneath the video, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not accredited, register anyway. So much free information on there about blockchain and crypto companies. It's not even funny. Here we see Turkey's inflation surges 70%. This is a problem. Listen, Turkey has had, this is not exactly breaking news with Turkey's currency being in the toilet, okay? This is a problem that's been happening for quite a long time in Turkey. But I brought this piece of news first because look as we unfold here, because around the world, it's starting to get that cascading effect where first everybody starts saying, well, you know, that's in Turkey or some other small country or what have you. That's not here, right? But the Federal Reserve delivered the biggest interest rate increase since 2000 and signaled it would keep hiking at the pace over the next couple of meetings, unleashing the most aggressive policy action in decades to combat soaring inflation. Now, listen, this is that it's coming home to roost at $10 trillion. I've talked about it a lot, and it is coming, and we're going to talk about that and possibly what the effect has been on crypto in the last 24 hours as well with that decision. But right here, this is one of those told you moments. Bloomberg says IMF is concerned by Bitcoin adoption in Central African Republic. Well, listen, they had a problem with it in El Salvador, and it's going horribly in El Salvador. And we know that there have been other countries that have wanted to follow in the same path of El Salvador, but I don't know that you're going to see this take off the way everybody thinks it's going to, because if the IMF is telling you that they got problems with this whole Bitcoin adoption, Bitcoin legal tender business, I would tell you that there are a lot of countries and a lot of might behind what they want to see happen. I know that they don't set the rules and they don't make the rules, but they lend a lot of money, which means you have impact on the rules. Don't believe that. It's still true. And here we see CZ Binance says G7 countries are all moving into crypto. Now, this is big because G7 countries are the biggest economies of the world. I absolutely want to see this. So bring it on, CZ. And he says, going along with that, Binance is registered with France crypto regulator, advances European plans. The perception is changing, and it allows them to move into a new phase, which is educating the French public public to the blockchain Binance Francis General Manager David Prince, however you say it there. Take a look at this. This is really like powerful news that is breaking right here. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what we hope to see. So here is Stuart Young, who took it upon himself. And Stuart, my hat is off to you, my friend. Wow, finally a decent response from the SEC per his FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request from January of this past year. And it says that they're looking into it and they're going to do it. And as soon as we have a date when we can get them to you that's estimated, we will do that. But nevertheless, this is what we have here. Huge credit to Stuart Young, which is a story from ProCoin News now, on the Bill Hinman emails, because that's what he was after. And if we go into this very quickly here, you will see that they have some of the emails, but the problem is that if you go into and this is the letter that they sent to Stuart and all of this, and basically what they're saying here is that there's a public calendar, there's all this other stuff here, but if you go into this, basically what you're going to see is everything is redacted, and I'm going to give you this from the post from Digital Asset Investor here. The SEC and Bill Hinman have lied in court and told the judge that Ethereum free pass speech was Bill Hinman's personal opinion. What judge on earth would this not piss off? And look, and everything is really redacted is what's happening here, right? So this is what we're seeing. But what we do get from this are the names that are involved and tagged in this email thread. Now, to go along with what he said, I added to it, not to mention that now the SEC is trying to convince the judge that Hinman was a client to all of these lawyers down here because they've tried every other way to keep the emails protected. So now they're trying to claim that all of the lawyers tagged in here, and you have to wonder if everyone in here is in fact a lawyer or not. That's something to look up. But this would be funny if so many of us retail investors haven't been hurt by Gary Gensler and the SEC. It really is not funny. It really is. Now, one thing that was picked up through all of this was Jeremy Hogan here, who said one interesting thing that he saw in the cover letter is the information prepared in anticipation of litigation is listed as one basis of redaction. What upcoming litigation could it be? Kit case, Telegram, library? No? Or maybe, just maybe, it was XRP that was referenced. The plot does thicken here. Shout out to Stu Young, ProCoin News. Shout out to John Deaton, attorney Jeremy Hogan, and everybody who has just Jim Filan and everyone who does so much around the case and what is happening in this space. Now, take a look at this. Do you guys remember the Fed deal, the proposed deal of a $37,500 XRP? Well, this is Mr. Intuitive here, and he is saying, have you heard that Moyal, which is Christine Moy, I'm going to give her a follow right here, killed the deal that Val Hill proposed for the buyback while at JP Morgan. Miss Christine Moy, Trumer, or rumor. Now, no one has confirmed, but here is what James Rule answers back and says, hello, yes, it's true. There were numerous conversations with JP Morgan about the proposed deal. Most of the folks wanted to do it because JP Morgan stood to make massive fees for acting as the liquidity agent in the deal. But says Christine Moy was running blockchain at JP Morgan and killed it 3 times with her becoming the queen of Ethereum Web 3. He says he thinks he knows why. Listen, I don't know. We need to get Christine Moy to comment on this. That would be really great if she could, and see if we could glean anything from her point of view and comments on that issue. But it would be nice to know if that all really went down. Here we know this went down. This is the new Ripple headquarters, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you, I don't find it to be coincidence or mutually exclusive that at the same time they buy this building, which looks an awful lot like a Treasury or Federal Reserve building now, and I think ultimately that's where they end up in that kind of a role. And we see the state of California issues an executive order on crypto, laying out a regulatory roadmap and examining ways the state can take advantage of blockchain tech and digital assets. Go California. Absolutely. And I never thought I'd say that. The politics are so messed up in that state, but this seems to be something they may have gotten right. You know, who knows? Stranger things have happened. But if you look right here, just the highlights, I did read through the article here, but I do want to give you just the top here. It says Governor Newsom's executive order on blockchain aligns with the Biden administration proposal in March, so they are in alignment with the federal executive order as well. The directive spells out a roadmap for regulatory and consumer protections. The governor is calling on California to examine using blockchain solutions in state operations. Now, does anyone remember? It was probably 2 years ago that there was some kind of connection between Ripple, I want to say if it was UPI or something like that, where they were being looked at to use, I don't know if it was maybe in the medical system or some kind of state blockchain. I'm not sure, but there was something. And if it triggers anything from any of you, I looked for an hour this morning through my old videos to try to find it, and I couldn't locate it. But if it's triggering it and you guys remember it, please DM me on Twitter, because I want to see it and see if I can put something together there. I think it may have something there. If something is sticking out, and I just can't remember what it was. At any rate, let's take a look at what's happened over the last 24 hours here with price. This is Dark Defender. It says we discussed the green zone recently. XRP jumped a little while he was preparing this. The daily chart turned positive in the green zone. 66 cents still has huge importance. It's as if we're watching the 2017 movie again. Keep an eye on closing at 66 cents and then 91 cents should we go up from there. Here's what he's showing us, and we can see how we are down here in this particular area where there appears to be a lot of room for some potential upside at some point. The question is will we get above that important range of 66 cents to try and test that 90 cent range? We don't know, but we will keep an eye on it for sure. The thing I wanted to add in on this is that because of the rate hikes, you have to wonder, and the money printing that we've experienced over the last couple of years here, are we going to see the Dixie, the dollar index, actually turn negative? Because there is usually a inverted correlation that when the dollar is strong, crypto is weak. And when the dollar is weak and falling, crypto usually has a run. So we do know that there was in the last 24 hours a bit of a drop in the Dixie. So that could have played a role in the little burst that we saw over the last 24 hours. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below. Check out all the links underneath the video. They're great products and services I use each and every day with incredible deals and specials, but you got to click the links to get them. I'll catch all of you on the next one.